I lose power, I lose power. I lose all my power. Good morning everyone, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to a new adventure here in Xi'an. I have no idea if I pronounce it well, probably not. And if you've seen last video, you know I had quite a lot of trouble with my chain. So yesterday evening we looked at it, tightened it up even more. Now it is about 3.84 millimeters. Which should be the case according to the maintenance book. So today I'm gonna keep an eye out for it again and hope it is settled now. But yeah, it remains a little bit suspicious. I'm not 100% confident yet. Nevertheless, we're gonna give it a try. Woo. See you. Bye bye. Hoopla. I have everything. Look at that pretty temple over there. That is the Labrang temple, and we have visited today or this morning. And I have to say, it is a very pretty temple. It is actually the largest Buddhist temple outside of Tibet, one of the largest, and it is still in usage. As you can see, there are still quite a monks walking around. About a few hundred of monks are still using this temple, and they follow an education as well. It can be medicine, law, philosophy. So you see them walking around quite a lot. It looks very special. And also the architecture, it's very Tibetan, the architecture. So it is special to see that because I've never been there before. And also all the women are walking in like traditional Tibetan clothes. And I think it is a little bit similar to like South American clothes, like Bolivian. But slightly different of course. Anyways, it was a pity that we cannot film or make pictures within the temple, and they check it quite strictly. And I also don't want to disrespect their rules. But it is very beautiful, it's very pretty, super colorful, like all the flags from the elements. Well, those colors they use within the temple as well, and it's very pretty. And this Buddhist temple was actually found in 1709. And also played a huge role in the Silk Road because, yeah, again, it was on the way to Tibet. So I found it quite interesting. And then you also have a very special wall with all the prayer rolls. If I have to believe the information, it is around 3 kilometers long and one of the largest in the world, actually. And it certainly did look long. I didn't walk the whole 3 kilometers, but I do believe the information. And I did some prayers myself, because of course, yeah, you are there, you have to do that, right? And I thought it would be nice to pray for like a lot of things, of course. But in terms of this trip, I hope and I wish not so many things will break again anymore. Because I thought about it when the chain thing happened to Sunshine. It started with my passport at the Chinese border, which still is a whole side quest, but I will tell you more about it later. Then, not much later, the mod of my GoPro, like this side clamp, broke down. So this is my spare one. Then my chin mount broke, so this is my spare one. Then the battery of my camera broke, so it would barely come out anymore. I had to like pull it out, cannot use it anymore. Then my bag, my leg bag, the zipper broke down, so it's now like with the safety pin. I attached it to each other. And then Sunshine, the chain, broke down, and she didn't want it to start. Let me see, did I forget anything? I don't think so, but I think the list is long enough.
Well, I must have done something wrong with those sprayers, and you will see why very soon.
Nevertheless, we are on the way again to Xi'an, and it's gonna be quite a long ride, over 400 kilometers. So yeah, the plan is that I don't have a plan, because I wanted to visit the temple this morning, and then yeah, the ride is so long that I was like, okay, let's see what I see on the way and then go from there. Now, first things first, let's get out of town. Now we have left town, and it's quite a special moment because we are on 22,000 kilometers, Sunshine and I. The only thing is that in my estimations, I thought we would be in Kuala Lumpur at 20,000 kilometers. So I'm not sure what measurement I used, but it obviously wasn't the right one, because, well, I think we at least need another 8,000 kilometers. Not sure what went wrong, but anyways, I thought it was a nice moment to point out 20,000 kilometers. Wow.
And of course, traveling 20,000 kilometers attracts quite an audience once in a while.
So I stopped to have a little drink. Can I have a moment for the people watching us? There's a whole bus, I think, watching us. Alright, now I go fuel up. Is there anyone? It is taking quite long, huh? Alright, that was that. We got some drinks and some fuel. Now it's time to hit the road again. People were very curious here at this tank station, fuel station, sorry. I'm not sure what's going on with Sunshine, but sometimes she just loses power. You see? She goes to 0. You see? I'm not sure what's going on, but I am a little bit worried. It is as if she is grasping to something, and then she gets it again, and then she continues. It's very, you see, she goes to 0. I don't have power. I lose power, I lose power. I lose all my power. I lost my power. She thinks the stand is out again. Well, that is not the case. That is not the case. That's weird. That's very weird. But would that be why she loses power? So that is the same problem I had earlier, which we thought we fixed. It's super weird. What could again in this tunnel. Right now, for now it looks okay. But it is definitely something I have to take a look at, because this was rather strange, no? Alright, we have arrived in town, and it has been quite a while on the highway, huh? I fully agree. I wasn't 100% planning on it at first, but yeah, then all the happenings happened yesterday and I had to visit the temple this morning. And after visiting the temple, we still had to cover like 434 kilometers. So yeah, I had to take the highway, because otherwise it would take me plus 2.5 hours, and that means I would arrive in the dark, and I don't want that. Plus, this town has an ancient city right next to the hotel. So yeah, of course I still want to have time to visit that ancient town. So that were the reasons that we had to cross quickly over the highway. And I have to say, the landscape wasn't as interesting as the previous days, so it is kind of okay. I'm not sure, are we free to go to the right? Are we? I think so, right? Where should I go? Oh, yeah, there. I see bikes. I see bikes. Alright, here we are. Now let's check out the room. And this will be my room for tonight. Here is the bathroom, again rather new it seems. And then here the bedroom without a window. Isn't that strange? But luckily we go to the ancient town.
Tianshui ancient city became an important Silk Road city during the Tang dynasty, combining traditional Chinese wooden architecture with local characteristics, once serving as the political, economic and cultural center of the Langzhou region.
Good morning again, here from a very dark garage. I hope you can see me. Oh. We had a look yesterday at the stand and we thought it would be fixed with this tie wrap, but it's still not doing exactly what I want. There we go. The thing is, oh man. perfect. Perfect. Alright, now at least you can see me. I think to the left. Alright. It looks like as if it has rained. First things first, let me explain to you what happened yesterday on the highway, because we found the problem. Yesterday 2 of the guys from the group helped me, so that was super kind, and we found that the case of the sensor is broken. I think a stone or something like that hit the case and it cracked, and that causes that if it's like not solid, the sensor will move, and yeah, then it thinks the stand is out. So and if the stand is out in whatever gear you are, but the bike will shut down because it's a safety thing, so you cannot ride away when you get filled up with a stand out. That is quite dangerous. But in this case it is working against me because yeah, if your bike shuts down in the middle of the highway, well, it isn't ideal, let's say, at least. So, well, what we tried is to put back the pressure with a tie wrap, but yeah, well, you just saw me. It didn't exactly work like I wanted to, but if I give it a kick, it should be fine. You can walk, sir. And tomorrow we are in Xi'an. That's where we're heading to right now. And tomorrow we have a free day. So one of the guys has like a glue for plastic. So we're gonna glue it and see if that will hold the sensor back, because then it's basically as it used to be. So yeah, let's hope that that today will be quite okay in terms of a bike that will keep on running, and otherwise I at least know what the cause is, right? So that was that. Oh, what's happening here? I will go here to the right. Let's see. That was that. Now let's get out of town because we are not always allowed to use the highways, which I don't really mind. I don't like highways anyways, but it can cause a significant extra amount of traveling time. So yes, let's make our way out, because I want to visit a very, very famous site today, but it will be at the destination, so I have to be there before everything closes, remember, from the monastery. So let's see if I can pull it off. This truck, I'm not sure what he is transporting, but I don't think he's gonna make it to his destination. It's actually quite dangerous, right? I don't know what it is. I don't know who thought this was a good idea, but something went wrong. Oh, yeah, that's what I thought. So That's what I thought, so... You okay? He almost got hit. Well, that was quite dangerous, right? I was already like... It's not going well. Who thought? Well, I don't know. I don't know, maybe it was the morning. Maybe it was the morning. Wow. Now, that was a rather interesting encounter, huh? with the truck. I mean, I'm happy that no one got injured. He only lost his stuff, his load. And we are in the meantime heading more towards the inland, the countryside. And it is getting very green, huh? You see that mountain in the distance there? It's also quite high. And I have a feeling the vegetation is changing slightly. The humidity is going up a little bit. And the views are stunning. They also grow a lot of stuff here. Like fruits, corn. I think it's really agriculture here, to say it like this. And I've said it already a few times before, but the difference between the countryside of China and the cities of China, it is incredible. I am fascinated by it. You see here they grow, what is it, apples? No. Yeah, I think it's apple. Here they grow corn. Look at the views. It's very green. Very green. Well, isn't this spectacular view after spectacular view? It is impressive. These mountains, it's so green. And they're really, really high. I mean, if you look at the cars in front, you can see, right, how impressive it is. Stunning. Ooh. Hello, lady. And I have to say, I'm a sucker for these kind of sceneries. Wow.
And like so many things in China, the contrast is huge. So we go from stunning views straight into the mega city of Xi'an, home to about 12 million people.
We have arrived in Xi'an, where we will stay for the next 2 nights. And yet again, it is such an impressive city. These buildings goes on and on and on and on and on. It's unbelievable. The Netherlands. Netherlands. Holland. Thank you. That is gorgeous. That must be the old city wall. I can't look too closely because I also have to look out for all the traffic. Where am I supposed to go? That is quite a spectacular entrance, I would say. This is interesting. Traffic lights, it seems, so it's all rather chaotic. I have to go in here. Now I'm kind of doubting if it was a good choice to first drop off my stuff, because I also have to make it out of the city. I absolutely 100% forgot the name of the hotel. That's always a bad idea. Oh. Let me see. It is red, but I will go on it because it is somewhere here. Okay, well that was a little bit chaotic, but I'm gonna check it out. I'll be back soon. And this will be the room for tonight. It is very spacious again, and I'm happy with that because I had to unload my whole bike. Oh, this is the bathroom, you see. Here's a toilet. It all looks nice. And then the view, it's on the streets of the gigantic town Xi'an. You see? Ooh. Sunshine is safely in the parking. I had to conclude that it's just too late to visit the sightseeing because, as I already said, the ticket shop closes at 5. It is now 16:23 and it is another hour ride to the sightseeing, and the sightseeing is the Terracotta Warriors. So I really want to see it, but I have to move it to tomorrow because I don't want to rush anything, especially not with the traffic in this city. It is crazy, and it's also way too hot to rush. So yeah, with another hour it will be over 5 o'clock, so it makes no sense to go. So that will be the next video. We go to the Terracotta Warriors, so I'm really looking forward to that. Nevertheless, I had a really nice ride today. It was absolutely stunning and I was very pleased with it after a little bit boring ride yesterday. And I hope you liked it too. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe, and then I hope to see you at the next adventure.